Today, we're working on a super useful Spanish pattern, one you can use every day for plans, consequences, advice, and those little life truths that sound surprisingly wise before coffee. The pattern is real condition, see plus present, and then present, future, or a command. In plain English, that means sentences like, if this happens, then this happens. Or if this happens, then this will happen. Or if this happens, do this. The core idea is simple. In Spanish, you say si and then a present tense verb. Si tengo, si llueve, si sales, si comes. After that, you can continue with another present tense idea, a future idea, or a command. So, si tengo tiempo, voy al cine. If I have time, I go to the movies. Very natural. Or, si tengo tiempo, iré al cine. If I have time, I'll go to the movies. Also natural. Or, si tienes hambre, come algo. If you're hungry, eat something. Here's the first big memory trick. Si opens the door, and the next part tells you what's on the other side. Si is your if door. After si for this lesson, stay in the present tense. That's the safe road. Don't jump to the conditional after si here. Not si tendría, not si iría for this pattern. Just si plus present. Let's make it active right away. How do you say, if I have time, I'll go to the movies? Si tengo tiempo, iré al cine. Si tengo tiempo, iré al cine. Good. Notice how clean that is. Si tengo, present. Iré, future. That's one of the most practical combinations in Spanish. Now another one. How do you say, if it rains, we stay home in Spanish? Si llueve, nos quedamos en casa. Si llueve, nos quedamos en casa. Nice. That one uses present plus present. It sounds like a routine or a standard reaction. If it rains, we stay home. By the way, nos quedamos means we stay. Literally, we remain ourselves. Spanish loves these little reflexive style forms. You'll hear quedarse often for staying somewhere. Let's expand the pattern. There are really three super useful shapes today. First, si plus present, then present. This is great for habits, routines, and general truths. Si estudio, aprendo más. If I study, I learn more. It's basically cause and effect. How do you say, if I study, I learn more? Si estudio, aprendo más. Si estudio, aprendo más. Second, si plus present, then future. This is perfect for plans and predictions. Si salimos ahora, llegaremos temprano. If we leave now, we'll arrive early. How do you say, if we leave now, we'll arrive early? Si salimos ahora, llegaremos temprano. Si salimos ahora, llegaremos temprano. Third, si plus present, then command. This is what you use to give instructions or advice. Si ves a Ana, dile. If you see Ana, tell her. How do you say, if you see Ana, tell her? Si ves a Ana, dile. Si ves a Ana, dile. That little dile means tell her or tell him, depending on context. It's the command of decir plus a tiny pronoun attached to the end. A quick useful side note, Spanish often sticks object words onto commands. So dime means tell me, and escríbeme means write to me. Compact, efficient, very Spanish. Let's build intuition with more examples. Listen and picture each one. Si hace frío, llevo chaqueta. If it's cold, I wear a jacket. Here, hace frío literally means it makes cold, but just think it's cold. Si encuentro una oferta, compraré los boletos hoy. If I find a deal, I'll buy the tickets today. Useful travel Spanish right there. Si estás cansado, descansa. If you're tired, rest. Nice and practical. How do you say, if you're tired, rest? Si estás cansado, descansa. Si estás cansado, descansa. Excellent. And remember, for this lesson, we're using real conditions, things that are possible and realistic. We are not talking about imaginary, contrary to fact situations like if I were rich. That's a different lesson, different mood, different drama. Now, one common mistake. English speakers sometimes try to use future after si, because in English we think about the future. If it will rain, if I will have time. But in Spanish, for this structure, after si you normally use the present, not the future. So not si tendré tiempo. Say si tengo tiempo. Not si lloverá. Say si llueve. Let's lock that in with a contrast. Correct. Si tengo dinero, compraré café. Incorrect for this lesson. Si tendré dinero, compraré café. Correct. Si llegas temprano, cenamos juntos. Incorrect for this lesson. Si llegarás temprano, cenamos juntos. Another little trick. The si part is like the trigger. Keep the trigger simple. Present tense. Then the result can be present, future, or command. Trigger simple, result flexible. That's your shortcut. Let's do a few more natural ones. How do you say if you need help, call me? Si necesitas ayuda, llámame. Si necesitas ayuda, llámame. Very good. Llámame means call me. Again, that me gets attached to the command. Spanish likes backpacks for pronouns. The command carries them around. How do you say if there's traffic, we'll take the metro in Spanish? Si hay tráfico, tomaremos el metro. Si hay tráfico, tomaremos el metro. Nice. I means there is or there are. Super high frequency word. If there is traffic, si hay tráfico. How do you say if you want, we can go tomorrow in Spanish? Si quieres, podemos ir mañana. Si quieres, podemos ir mañana. That one is especially common in conversation. Si quieres means if you want, if you'd like. You'll hear it all the time. It softens suggestions and sounds friendly. Now let's make this feel more alive. I'll give you an English idea, and you think of the Spanish pattern. You don't need perfection on every word. Focus on the frame. How do you say, if I finish work early, I'll cook dinner? Si termino el trabajo temprano, cocinaré la cena. Si termino el trabajo temprano, cocinaré la cena. Great. How do you say if you see that store, go in Spanish? Si ves esa tienda, entra. Si ves esa tienda, entra. Perfect. How do you say if we practice every day, we improve in Spanish? Si practicamos todos los días, mejoramos. Si practicamos todos los días, mejoramos. That's also a useful truth about language learning, by the way. No magic, just repeated contact. Tiny daily wins. Now let's hear a short story in Spanish built with this pattern. Just listen first. Si tengo tiempo después del trabajo, paso por el mercado. Si encuentro tomates frescos, compraré 1 kilo. Si veo a Marta, le diré hola. Si ella quiere, cenamos juntos. Si llego tarde a casa, llamaré a mi hermano. Si todo sale bien, terminaremos el día contentos. Now the same story, one sentence at a time. Si tengo tiempo después del trabajo, paso por el mercado. If I have time after work, I stop by the market. Si encuentro tomates frescos, compraré 1 kilo. If I find fresh tomatoes, I'll buy 1 kilo. Si veo a Marta, le diré hola. If I see Marta, I'll say hi to her. Si ella quiere, cenamos juntos. If she wants, we'll have dinner together. Si llego tarde a casa, llamaré a mi hermano. If I get home late, I'll call my brother. Si todo sale bien, terminaremos el día contentos. If everything goes well, we'll end the day happy. That phrase sale bien is a nice one. Literally comes out well, but it means goes well. Very common, very natural. Let's talk about word order for a second. You can put the si part first or second. Si tengo hambre, como. But also, como si tengo hambre is not the normal way for this meaning. Better, como cuando tengo hambre, for a different idea. More naturally, if the result comes first, Spanish usually keeps a comma out and says something like, voy al cine si tengo tiempo. I go to the movies if I have time. So yes, both orders are possible. Si tengo tiempo, voy al cine, and voy al cine si tengo tiempo. How do you say I'll call you if I have news in Spanish? Te llamaré si tengo noticias. Te llamaré si tengo noticias. Good. Notice that the si clause came second there. Same meaning, same rule. After si, still present tense, tengo. A few common learner mistakes to avoid. First, using the wrong tense after si. Keep it present for this lesson. Si puedo, iré. Not si podré, iré. Second, forgetting the command form when giving advice. If you want to say if you're hungry, eat. Don't say si tienes hambre, comer. Use the actual command. Si tienes hambre, come. Third, translating too literally from English with extra subject pronouns. In Spanish, you usually don't need them unless you want emphasis or contrast. So, si tengo tiempo sounds better than si yo tengo tiempo in most normal conversation. Fourth, mixing up iré and voy. Both can work after si, but they feel a bit different. Si tengo tiempo, voy al cine can sound like a plan or habitual outcome. Si tengo tiempo, iré al cine points more clearly to the future. At B1, it's enough to know both are fine in the right context. Here's a memory image for the whole lesson. Imagine C as a green traffic light. Green light means real possibility. Go ahead. After the green light, use the present tense. Then you can drive into the present, the future, or a command. Green light, present trigger, then result. Let's finish with a quick spoken rhythm. Repeat mentally after me. Si estudio, aprendo. If I study, I learn. Si tengo tiempo, iré. If I have time, I'll go. Si ves a Ana, dile. If you see Ana, tell her. Si llueve, nos quedamos en casa. If it rains, we stay home. Si quieres, podemos practicar más. If you want, we can practice more. And honestly, that last one is a lovely everyday phrase. Si quieres. Soft, friendly, useful everywhere. Before we wrap up, one final one. How do you say, if I understand the pattern, I can use it? Si entiendo la estructura, puedo usarla. Si entiendo la estructura, puedo usarla. Exactly. And you do understand it. The main rule is simple. Si plus present, then present, future, or command. Keep the si part real and simple. Don't put the future after si in this pattern. Build your sentence around a real possible condition. So, today you learned how to say things like si tengo tiempo, iré al cine. Si llueve, nos quedamos en casa. And si ves a Ana, dile. That's real practical Spanish you can use for plans, routines, advice, and everyday conversation. Keep listening for this pattern in shows, podcasts, and real conversations. You'll notice it everywhere once your ear catches it. And if you practice a few examples out loud today, your brain will start treating it like one solid chunk instead of a grammar puzzle. You're doing great. Step by step, phrase by phrase, Spanish becomes more automatic. Si sigues practicando, avanzarás mucho. If you keep practicing, you'll make a lot of progress. And yes, that sentence itself is today's pattern. Perfect ending.